Okay. Whoa! It's making a noise. All right, so for the No Woman Diet this round, level 3 is going to be a little different. As we were talking about, we wanted to do reality diet.
So the reality diet is where you're not gonna, instead of listening to recorded music or watching a DVD or like reading, you are actually, at the very least, you're gonna actually get out there and engage with reality. So if instead of listening to music, you would go to a live show. Instead of watching a DVD, maybe you would go to see a play. But really, at the if you're really going to engage with this, then the distinction is instead of passive consumption, you're going to become an active participant or an active producer. And so what that would mean is instead of listening to a CD, you would actually make some music.
Right.
You would actually play music.
Yeah, if you had a musical instrument or you want to learn digital music or whatever it is.
Instead of going to see a movie, maybe you would
try your hand at writing a screenplay, for example.
Right, or maybe go to an improv class. Actually get out there and
right. Actually create some theater rather than being a passive consumer of it.
Totally. And that's the thing that like I get really excited about this idea is like that's where all like art and anything that you're consuming as entertainment now originally came from people wanting to express something.
Yeah, like these are archetypical expressions of what it is to be alive.
Right. And like thousands of years ago, everybody would sing. Mm-hmm. Like there isn't a distinction between the singers and the not singers. Mm-hmm. We would all sing. But that's just actually a part of being human, is to express. And it's somewhere like in our culture, we've created this situation where we have one person who's the singer and then everybody else is the audience and only the very best singer will listen to, and everybody else, we don't want to listen to them, and if I'm not the best singer, I don't want to sing. And so we end up just sitting and passively consuming this experience, and it's just not as nourishing. Like it doesn't have the same, it can be beautiful, but it doesn't have the same
vibrance or vitality. Like yesterday I was sharing with my housemates this idea that we would be active participants, and I was like, so for example, rather than us going and watching a movie right now, what if we made up a story? So I was like, what are the elements that make up a good story? There needs to be a protagonist and there needs to be some kind of conflict. So how about a little girl who's born in India, and her dad is like the master chai guy, but he's been doing it on his street corner for 30 years, and they could build out the chai business, but they don't have the skills, and she wants to go to school, to business school, to learn how to build out his chai business and pull them out of poverty, and how does she do that, and the cultural constraints. And then like I was like, and then you know what, how about this, she has to sell an ovary to pay for her education, and my housemates, like my female housemates, like, that is wrong, that's the sacred part of a woman's body. And I was like, yeah, but we need some grit in here, we need some darkness. And it led to this whole conversation about, I'm like, yeah, actually this is a place where I want to feel more connected to you, is I don't feel your dark side, I don't know what that is for you. And we engaged in this whole rich conversation about where we could be more connected, and we ended up as a house with my other housemate there agreeing, like, if there was something that we wanted to feel more of in the moment with our housemates, that we would bring it or speak about it. So it was like a whole new level of communication that came out of just this conversation about what story we would co-create together rather than sitting and passively watching a movie.
It created more, like incidentally created more depth and connection between the people in your life.
Yes.
Through, whereas if you'd gone and watched a movie, maybe not so much.
Maybe. I mean, maybe we would have had a cool conversation about it, but there was active engagement. I'm like, no, I want the plot to go this way. And she's like, what about if she's, she finds something more, I don't know, I didn't like the idea though, but like we got to connect around that. And so there was just more engagement. And that's what we want for you on level 3 of the No Woman Diet is the reality piece, where you're actively engaging with life. Instead of watching Iron Chef on TV, go out and learn how to cook a meal that would be on par with what you see on TV. Rather than watching these reality dancing and singing shows, you go out and take dancing or singing lessons, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. It's making a noise. Please don't make that noise.
Oh, dude, have you seen the case?
So below, I put together a list of the most common passive consumer activities and their active participant counterparts. So check that out. And if you're inspired by the reality diet and inspired by the No Woman Diet, No Man Diet, then sign up and join us for the program this winter. Thanks for watching.